Hi friends, brothers and sisters. My name is Ayana Dalangin and welcome to Pathways of Hope. Today's gospel is taken from Matthew 5 and it is the start of Jesus' longest and most popular discourse, commonly known as the Sermon on the Mount, and it stretches out until chapter 7. First of which is what we call the Beatitudes. For context, in the Old Testament, Beatitudes is mostly found in the Psalms. For example, in Psalm 1:1, "Blessed is the man who does not walk in the counsel of the wicked." But the classical New Testament Beatitude has three parts. First, the adjective blessed, and then second, the identification of the blessed person's descriptive clause or participle, and the third is the promise assuring the blessedness. Let's first talk about blessed. The concept of blessedness is not easily translated into English. Blessed in Greek is makario, which means happy or fortunate, but it does not seem to fully encapsulate the message. Happy focuses on emotional well-being. Fortunate is derived from Latin word for chance or luck. Favor, on the other hand, is Latin word for grace, which is also a term that is quite close but not completely satisfactory. Each beatitude looks at the Christian life from a different perspective. Let's look at it in the contrasting lens of how the world sees it versus how Jesus sees life. First, the world will celebrate self-sufficiency, but Jesus says, "Blessed are the poor in spirit," those who recognize their dire need of God. And what's the promise that awaits them? Theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Second, the world loves to celebrate happiness and rejoicing, but Jesus calls blessed those who mourn, for they shall be comforted. We recall in John 16:20, Jesus also says, "You will weep and wail for a while the world rejoices. You will grieve, but your grief will turn into joy." You see, the Lord always looks at what's beyond this world. Third, the world prefers the proud and those who seem to have the upper hand, but Jesus says, "Blessed are the meek, for they shall inherit the earth." Fourth, blessed are they that hunger and thirst after righteousness, for they shall be filled. This is God's promise as also affirmed in Psalm 107:9, "For he satisfies the thirsty and fills the hungry with good things." Fifth, the world encourages vengeance. An eye for an eye, right? But Jesus shows mercy, the way to it. Blessed are the merciful, for they shall obtain mercy. Sixth, the world will say, "Give in to your desires and pleasures, satisfy it," selling cheap thrills for a high price. But Jesus says, "Blessed are the pure in heart, for they shall see God." It is this purity that enables us to find that one thing that our heart most desires, to find and see God. Seventh, the world is easy to give in dissension and conflict, but Jesus encourages us, "Blessed are the peacemakers, for they shall be called sons of God." Finally, eighth, the world preaches against suffering and persecution. We want to avoid it at all costs, or we want to vindicate ourselves by our own means. At least that's what I am. But Jesus says, "Blessed are they that have been persecuted for righteousness' sake, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Blessed are they when men shall reproach you and persecute you and all manner of evil against you falsely for my sake." And then he further says, "Rejoice and be glad, for great is your reward in heaven." And here we know that Jesus did not only preach about it, he lived it out onto the cross. But we also saw what resurrection and glorification looks like if we abide by these virtues. Jesus models it out for us. According to David Scare, a Bible scholar, blessedness should not be seen as a reward of religious accomplishments, but rather as an act of God's grace in believers' lives. The Beatitude underscores the fact that sinners stand within a forgiving relationship made possible by Christ Jesus' atonement and sacrifice. This means that it is made possible for us. We are able to live this way through grace and live out a truly blessed life, not in the world's standards, but in the standards of our God. If you have been blessed by this short reflection, please like and share Pathways of Hope to your friend and loved ones. Again, my name is Ayana Dalangin. Thank you and have a great day.